Iran attacks a ship on the Strait of Hormuz and the US responds with airstrikes. So we are back again. The war is back. It's not over yet. The ceasefire is over. And what does this mean for crypto? Let's dive a little bit deeper where the market could go, what news there's on this Friday or during the whole week right now. So welcome to Pony Talks. I'm Crypto Pony. I'm going to take you along on the news where we are right now into the crypto space. So let's dive into it. First of all, I want to take you to the first this here. Sorry about that. Here we are. So this is Iran war life, uneasy calm in the Middle East after deadly attacks. Again, like I mentioned, this is not over yet. But what is really important? The war. What happens normally with the war when it's war, when they are attacking each other? Bitcoin drops crazy. So let's go and see where Bitcoin is right now. This is the chart on the 5 minute. So let's go to the maybe to the 1 hour for once. And what do we see? That we almost reached the same high as we did on Monday, July 6th. But on Tuesday, what happened? They attacked. So as you can see, Iran fires, Bitcoin drops. Then United States responded, Bitcoin rises again. Why is that? Is that important? Maybe it is important. Why? Because Bitcoin isn't really looking at the war anymore. Normally, it's always dependent on news, but if news keeps going on for too long, it will not look at it anymore. So that being said, Bitcoin is doing really well. So let's see where we will be in over the weekend next week because big things are coming. Like I always mention, stay patient and the gains will come. In the end, everything will work out fine. Again, no financial advice. Now is the time for the people that are waiting. Don't do that, please. You will be sorry that you didn't get into it, into crypto, into investing. So now is the time to really get started. So that being said, this is part one. Part two, like I mentioned, Bitcoin returns to 64K with new 3 week Bitcoin price highs imminent. Okay, we are at a high at this moment, but we did not break the, let's say, lower high. I'm going to go again to the daily chart. So as you can see, this is the high, this is the low. So if we break this, I could see a switch of trend. Right now, we did not break 66K. Once that happened, I would think different that I'm thinking right now. So I don't think we are out of the woods yet. I don't think the bear market is over. But then again, I always say to my people who I'm working with, make sure to do your investments, even if you are now in a green zone. Maybe we will not get into the red anymore. So don't miss out on this opportunity. That's all I'm saying right now. But again, if you look at a technical perspective, you see that this high needs to get broken. If you want to learn more about lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, and how analysis works, you can always reach out to me or click on the link below. House of Investing is our community. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Would be very nice for me as well, that I know that this value is good. If you want to have shifts in value, also let me know. All feedback is good for me. So that being said, Bitcoin 64K. What else is going on right now? Robinhood chain sees over 60 million in ETH bridged during first week. This is huge. Again, Robinhood, if you don't know it, it's like an exchange. You can trade stocks, you can trade crypto on it, you can do a lot of things with it. And now they are an L2 on the Ethereum blockchain. Again, Ethereum is one of my favorite projects. Of course, it's number two, and it's not doing the best, but it's not doing worse as well. It's not doing bad as well as we see. For now, we are around $1,800. So market is a little bit recovering, but then again, if you have a recovery, most of the times what happens that we see another drop until this bear market will be over. So again, this is huge. Robinhood chain sees over 70 million inflows in ETH bridge during the first week. This is really good. And what else is good for Ethereum is this news. Ethereum will be 5 trillion network in a few years, says Tom Lee. Okay, that's maybe a prediction. Tom Lee always predicts the markets. You cannot predict the market, but a little bit high in my opinion, because if you look at CoinGecko and you see Ethereum right now, we are at $210 billion. So if it wants to go to 5 trillion, it's like a 50x from now. It's a little bit exaggerated in my opinion, but still, if you see his payments, if you see his buys on Ethereum, it's insane. For now, I did the calculation yesterday together with the group, and we came that he has more than 5% of all Ethereum right now in only 1 year time. So just be aware of that. The big players are really entering in the market. So Tom Lee is doing quite well on his side. So Ethereum will be 5 trillion. Let's go a little bit deeper and see what he says at the time of reporting Bitcoins is around 1.3 Bitcoin's market cap, sorry, while Ethereum is approximately 211 billion. So again, this is a really predictive thing he mentioned, but I do believe him. I'm not saying it will be in 2 to 3 to 4 years. No, maybe in 10 to 20 years, we will be at 50x from now. And I think that would be huge. He mentioned 5 trillion, so I think I did a little bit of miscalculation. It's times 25. Sorry for that. So let's see where it brings. Can we go back to all-time high levels? So that will be $5,000 approximately. Yes, of course. That's a time tree from now. So that would mean that we will be already at $600 billion of worth of ETH. And that would be insane if we reach that again and if we go higher. 1 trillion in this market would be very nice for myself, for you guys. I'm not saying to get invested in Ethereum. I'm just saying and showing what investments are happening right now. Last but not least is the Clarity Act. Newest version of Crypto Clarity Act may drop as soon as next week. So be prepared. Next week they will sit together. They will come together, the Senate, and let's see where it will bring us. They will drop a new version of the Clarity Act. If it gets approved in the upcoming weeks, do expect volatility. That's one thing I know for sure. So the news of this week, it wasn't that much. We saw also unemployment that was last week. That was on one side good and one side not so good. But then again, we expected it, the one side. So let's see where it brings us. And next week we will have inflation, which is also really important. Let's see. The war is back. So will inflation keep going up? Will it go down again, or will it remain at the same spot? So let's see. Next week we will know more. I do believe maybe we'll see a little drop, but if the war continues right now, I do think we can see in the next months inflation going up again, which is not the best thing for risk assets. One more thing, don't miss out on this opportunity. Solana is around 80 bucks, was around $60. Can we go back? Yes, we can. Ripple was somewhere around $1. Can we go lower? Can we go lower at, let's say, 90 cents, 80 cents? Yes, we can. So these opportunities will not come again in the upcoming years or even in my whole life. So make sure you are invested, you have the right people surrounding you. That's also the thing I mentioned to the people that work together with me. Make sure you have someone that is really into it or is surrounded by the right people. And I can only say that I am surrounded with people who have even more experience than me, and I'm always listening to them, also giving my value, of course, to them. And I know that we all align on that side. So make sure you are surrounded with right people. Make sure you enjoy the weekend. Thank you all for watching every day, not every day, every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. Share it to the people that need to see this. This is, of course, free information. Don't take this for granted because not everybody does this. If you want free information, most of the people would say their number. So enjoy the free value that you have right here. Yes, it's not a video that's completely fixed. I don't put time on that. I just want to say what I think, what I feel in the crypto market, and just show you charts, show you news. Make sure you learn the right stuff and make sure you are with the right people if you are interested in investing, of course. So that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one next week on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.